Hey Jeff, thanks for joining. We're going to be getting started shortly. How was your weekend? I see you, Jeff, on Instagram. So we're going to wait for everyone to join in on Facebook and then we will get started. Hey Andrea, how are you? Thank you for joining. It was awesome as always. What'd you do? Share in the awesomeness. I love it. Hey Rafat, thank you for joining. I'm talking to the guys over here on Instagram. Jeff said he had an awesome weekend, so I want to know what was so awesome. How about you guys? Oh, just living. I understand that. I had a pretty awesome weekend too. For those of you that follow me, I'm sure you saw I was babysitting my little grand dog this past weekend, so we had a good time. Don't get into anything in particular. Doing taxes. My accountant is over here on Facebook, Jeff, and I'm sure she's going to be pinging me like, hurry up and get me your stuff. Hey, Alvin. Hey, Alex. Thanks for joining, guys. So we'll get started in a little bit. Hey, Cal. Tell me about you all's weekend. Hey, Saran and Reese and Avis. Thank you all for joining. We'll give it about another minute. So I've been chatting with the folks on Instagram about their weekend. What did you guys do over the weekend? Anything fun? Saran, I've been seeing all your beautiful pictures. How's life without being the president of a chapter? Are you getting some of your time back now? Because you guys work really, really hard. Hey, Thomas, thank you for joining. Oh, goodness, another one. But you know what, AJ? You are doing the thing. You are doing it. So for those of you that don't know, over here on Facebook is Andrea Jackson. She owns I Confect, and she makes really, really yummy stuff. So from savory foods to sweet foods, she is an amazing chef and caterer. So check her out. She's at www.iconfect.com. Best cupcakes, cakes that you've ever had in your life. Like, I won't eat anyone else's cupcakes except for her. She's really spoiled me. Hey, Julie, thanks for joining. All right, guys, you know I like to be on time. I give you all a couple minutes to join in because I really do appreciate you all taking time out of your schedule to join me every Sunday at 7 p.m. So for those of you that don't know me, it could be your first time joining. Hey, Whitney. Hey, Julie. Thanks for joining. My name is Renee Butler. I am the Life Over Coach. I am a speaker, an award-winning business owner, and a certified project manager. I show you how to organize and prioritize your life, and I teach you how to monetize and monetize your business ideas and products. Simply put, I teach you how to get your life and get your money. Sorry, I was trying to talk and read comments at the same time. Raquel said, so my daughter calls Miss Andrea from I Confect her auntie mommy because I used to travel a lot. And so during those times, she would take care of my daughter. So she calls her auntie mommy, but she says that she makes the best cupcakes, and what does it say? Auntie mommy makes edible gold. Is that what she said? That's so sweet. All right, so happy Sunday and happy date night, guys. So today's R&Rs. If it's your first time joining, drop your name and where you are from. If you are not following me on my Life Over Coach pages, please give me a like or a follow on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat. I am everywhere you want to be. So just type in Life Over and you'll find me. And don't forget, guys, on Facebook, I broadcast from my personal page right now. Hey, Cordell, thanks for joining. And I'm going to transition that over to my business page. So you guys just follow me there so you'll still get the notifications. And the last R&R before we get into content, you guys are blowing up my DM. I think it's great. about the scholarship tracker and the 8 steps to building a winning scholarship package. You guys who haven't gotten it, you can still grab it today at www.bit.ly/TLC market. You can get it there. Credit card payments. If you need to pay me by something different than your credit card, like PayPal or Cash App, just DM me and I'll make sure that I email it to you directly. Otherwise, if you pay online, it'll just get delivered directly to your email account. All right, you guys ready for content? Can I see some yes, 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 yeses? I'm so excited about today. I don't know why, but I really am. You guys sent me some really good questions too. So what I tried to do was bundle up the questions to give everyone answers and put it all together so that it makes some sense. And if you still have questions, type your questions in. I'll answer everything since tonight is like an open Q&A. All right, so the perfectionist in me still prepared for you guys tonight because I wanted to give you all just some helpful tips in general about overcoming fear before we get into all of the Q&A. And I took one example that you guys sent me and I kind of built it into here for you all. So grab your pens and paper because I'm going to give you guys some content first. Then we'll hit the Q&As. Does that sound good to you guys? Sounds good? Yes, yes, yes. All right, number 1. If you are afraid of something, ask yourself why. Like, what exactly am I afraid of? Am I afraid of failure? Am I afraid of success? That's a true thing. There are some people, hey Peter, thanks for joining. There are some people who are afraid to be successful. Some people are afraid of, like, what will people say about me? They don't want people talking about them. And so kind of think about and ask yourself what exactly is causing your fears. Because I think once we can identify them, then we can tackle them. Does that make sense to you guys? So number 2, after you've written them all down, make a plan, right? Make a plan and write down every reason that you can think of as to why you're afraid to tackle a certain obstacle. And then we're going to write actionable steps to help you overcome your fears. So I'm going to take an example because a bunch of you DM'd me and said that you guys were afraid to speak in public. Like, some of you guys are afraid to go live. You're afraid to stand up in front of audiences. One of you all said you're afraid to start your business because it's going to require you to speak in public and talk to people. So I'm hoping that this will kind of knock the fear out of you all to move forward for those of you who are afraid to speak in public. So here's my recommendation for you guys. So 1 is prepare. I think the better you prepare, the better you are when you're talking to someone. So think about when you're speaking in public, what's the content that you're going to cover? Because you want to know as best you can what that material is, because then it's going to be easier for you to present it. I don't recommend, unless you're reciting like a poem or something word for word, I don't recommend that you memorize your speech, but have kind of some high level key topics, key words that you know you're going to talk about. And you're the expert in the topic, so you should be able to speak pretty freely. And if you're not, you know, some people use PowerPoint, so don't read the PowerPoint word for word, but use it kind of to keep you on track with your key talking points, because people can read. So we definitely don't want somebody who's just going to read a PowerPoint to us, because I think y'all be real mad if I sat up here every week and I just held up notes and didn't really talk to you all, right? Yes, exactly, AJ. You're telling them what you know. All right. The second thing I say is to practice in front of a few friends and family first. Let them critique you on how well you did with your content. So keep that in mind. How well did I do on my content? Then ask them to critique you on how well you did. Kind of your use of your body language, your use of physical space. Like if you have to get up and you have a whole stage, you want to utilize that space. So ask, you know, how well did I do with that? How well did I do with filler words? So like your uhs, your ums, your so's, your buts. And I know I say sometimes too. So that's something that I'm working on myself. But it doesn't stop me from speaking in front of people because I'm not shy. I think y'all know that already about me though, right? We're not perfect. Your facial expressions, and then all of the gestures that you use while you're speaking or you're presenting. Then the number 3 is, this is a big one, and I'm going to tell you guys the secret. So record yourself and then go back and watch, because you know how you want your audience to perceive you. So write down kind of all the things that you want to correct, and then practice, practice, practice until you get it right, especially if you're doing a prepared speech. You know, I go live every Sunday. We talk about random things. There's nothing that I do prepare for you guys, but it's something different every week. But you know, if you're going to have to speak in front of someone for like 20 minutes, 20 minutes is a long time, guys. Because I know on Sundays, I typically prepare to speak to you all from like 7 to 7:25. And I know we kind of go over a little bit, but I typically have about 3 full pages of content that I share with you all. So just be mindful of, if you're being asked to speak or present, make sure that you prepare really well. All right, the last one we said was record yourself. All right, if you can, start off small, speak in front of small crowds, then progress to larger crowds. Oh, tell them what you're gonna, yes. So this is I don't know if it's a Morgan State thing or if this is what everyone was taught. We were taught this when you're writing a paper, but it works really well in speeches as well. Tell them what you're gonna tell them. So like I told you guys today, we were gonna talk about overcoming fear. Then tell them what you're going to tell them. So we're talking about the content and all of my ideas of overcoming fear, and then tell them what you told them, which is kind of your closing remarks. So that's something really easy that you guys can remember. All right. I think I left off at, if you can, start off with smaller crowds and then progress into speaking with larger crowds. Then another thing that I do, like especially when I'm on here with you guys, I don't know all of you necessarily personally, maybe we've never met, but I know you through Facebook, or sometimes it could be your first time joining. I think of all you guys as my friends. I call it date night, right? We got date night with all our cool friends. We're like the cool kids crew, right? So take the pressure off yourself and just be you. Be authentic. I think people like authentic. People buy from authentic people and authentic brands. So because I do business coaching, you guys need to be aware of how you come off to people, because you want people to support you and to support your business. So be you, right? Be you. We're not perfect. All right, the next thing is breathe. Take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. I think that we are most often the most critical of ourselves. And so be aware when you're speaking, your breathing pattern. Make sure you're not panting. Make sure you aren't like heavily breathing into your mic, like when you're taking a breath when you're speaking. And the last recommendation I have is to have fun. You're likely speaking about a topic, you know, that you're really knowledgeable about. So just have a good time with it, engage your audience, and let things flow naturally, right? So those are my tips for those of you who inboxed me and said that you were afraid of public speaking. There's a ton of materials that you guys can read on the internet. Also, your Toastmasters groups are all over the country. And Toastmasters produces some of your top-notch speakers in the world. I'm actually a part of Toastmasters as well. So check it out if that's one of the things that you're trying to overcome. All right, number 3 on my list of overcoming your fears is have a daily to-do list that maps a path to your ultimate goal. So even if you're fearful, each day you're doing something that's helping you reach that goal. So you're kind of slowly overcoming it. I saw a question. Cordell said, I'm fearful of changing jobs or careers after being in the same job for 11 years. All right, Cordell. For you, I get it. I don't know if are you totally switching careers or are you just changing jobs? What I would do in that situation is I would write down what it is I want to do. If you need to go back to school to do it, write down what courses you need to take, or if you need to have some type of certification or degree, get what you need to get before you make that transition, and then start applying and see what happens. I've often found out, especially there are a lot of people who are afraid like of being laid off or losing their job or being let go. Sometimes change is good and you never know what's on the other side. So prepare yourself first. Put a little money aside. I don't know if this job that you're going to take is going to impact how much you make, but get some training if you don't have it and start applying. And remember, as much as companies interview us, we interview them too. So you can be selective about what you decide to choose. I hope that helped. Andrea said, recommendation, if you're not naturally natural, write down your jokes and and then insert them into your speech. Yes, a lot of speakers start off with a joke because you're kind of loosening up the audience. I tried to tell y'all a joke last week and y'all didn't think it was funny. So my feelings are still a little bit hurt, but I'm gonna get over it because I can be funny sometimes. So it wasn't my joke that I told. I read it somewhere. So, and no one had ever actually told it to me, but I tried to share it with y'all. And I think it was Eric was like, don't do that again. Y'all were mean to me last week. Make sure you don't overstate your resume. That's very true. A lot of people do overstate your resume. I would say be you, put down what your experiences are, and keep it on the up and up. Oh, my daughter said it's a Morgan thing. So I graduated first. Then some years later, AJ graduated. And now my daughter just graduated from Morgan. And Raquel said she was taught the same thing. So it is a Morgan thing. Who knew? That's awesome. All right. So number 3, I'm going to repeat that one again. Have your daily to-do list that maps to your ultimate goals. I talk a lot to you guys about planning because you can't get to your ultimate goal, especially if you're in business. You can't get there without a plan and without actions that you have to take to get there. And like I said, so even if you're scared, every day you're working on something that is going to eventually get you to that goal. And I share my story about the daycare with you guys all the time. I was scared as I don't know what, because I had to go back to school. I had to get certified to be a director of a daycare. I had to take tons and tons of classes. I had to learn how to write lesson plans. I'd never been a teacher before. But I wrote down everything I needed to do, and every day I was doing something that worked toward that goal. And I always say, and this is my last tip about having faith, so we'll get to that one, but I do always say, when you're walking in God's path, he'll put the people in front of you that are going to help you ultimately get to where you're trying to go. So number 4 is create daily mantras and positive quotes that you can recite to yourself throughout the day. I do believe we are who we believe we are. So of course, if you think you suck at life, you're going to suck at life. And it's going to show in everything that you do. But if you believe that you're great, you're going to be on a path to greatness. And you're going to start living your life in the same manner and doing the things that you need to do to get to your ultimate destination and being great, right? So check off those things on your to-do list as you're working towards your greatness. Number 5 is solicit an accountability partner that you trust. This is going to be someone that you can talk through things with, someone that can encourage you, motivate you. The path to success isn't easy. I know that I'm not the only one who's told you guys that, and I'm sure those things that we've all experienced in life or goals that we've all had, like my daughter just graduated from college. It wasn't easy, but was it worth it? Yes. So you're going to have some days that are not good days, but it doesn't mean that you give up. So find someone that can be a friend, a therapist, whether it's a life coach, your spouse, someone who's giving you daily encouragement, even when your fears are getting the best of you. Number 6 is run your own race. You are your biggest competitor. Don't worry about what other people are doing, what other people are saying. I believe that we each do things in God's given time, and you are exactly where you are supposed to be. So believe in that and trust in yourself. My daughter's over here on Instagram talking about she's still traumatized from all the work she had to do. But she made it through. She graduated cum laude. She's on her way to get her PhD. So, you worked really hard to accomplish that. That's an amazing thing. All right, number 7. And I bet you guys probably aren't expecting me to tell you all this. Number 7 is check your diet. I'm not sure if you guys know, but there are certain foods that you eat that really change your emotions, and they have drastic impacts on how you feel. So try to eat a healthy and well-balanced diet. Take in more foods to make you feel strong and healthy, that give you energy. So things like more fruits and vegetables, eliminate sugar. Who knew, right? Now you know. All right, and number 8, have some faith. So this is what I was just talking about a minute ago. I always believe that God is never going to give you more than he believes that you can bear. So if you're walking and living in your purpose, he's going to see you through. I believe that wholeheartedly. So just relax and let God. How about that? Can we all agree to do that? Can you guys type relax and let God? AJ said eat more cupcakes. Way to promote, AJ. Her cupcakes do make you feel good. I'm telling you guys. I invented, it's called the happy dance, the cupcake dance. That when you eat her cupcake, you're going to do this dance. It's the same dance and everybody does it. I was the first. And so I'm claiming it. But you do the cupcake dance because her cupcakes are amazing, y'all. I'm telling you. All right. So here are some of the questions. You guys can start typing in your questions and I'll start answering through them. Answering them. But I'm going to go through the questions that I got and I'll bundle them kind of in 3 categories. So we'll go from there. So one of the questions, or a couple of the questions more so centered around failure. Like you're scared to start your business because you're scared you're going to fail. So my response to that is, if you never start, you're never going to know how successful you could potentially be. And I've shared with you guys before that most successful business owners, they've started, 5 to 9 businesses before they reached that one that was like their next big thing. And they kind of found their groove and are making really good money from it. So don't be afraid. Just do what you can and start. But I think starting is the key. So you have to start in order to know if you're going to fail or not. And if you do fail, hopefully you'll call me so I can help you get on the right path so you don't fail. But if you do, write down your mistakes, figure out what you need to do differently the next time, and start over. All right, and like I said, if you're not sure where to start, reach out to someone who can help you, like a business coach like myself or the Small Business Administration. But the first step at a minimum is you guys have to do a business plan. That's the one thing that a lot of people don't do, and I really don't know why. I don't know if you guys, you see it and you see the magnitude of doing a business plan, but it really does walk you through thinking about your business, how you're going to make money, how, what are your products that you're going to have. So it's a really great tool. It doesn't exist for nothing. Okay. Let's see. The next one was, I'm afraid that I'm not an expert in my field. So no one knows everything about everything. So I recommend that you find your niche, you learn as much as possible about a particular area of business. And I just shared with you guys, before I started my daycare, all I knew is God put it on my heart to start a daycare that infused technology into the curriculum. And I couldn't sleep at night. So I was like, all right, God, I'm gonna listen. I had to sit down with my thoughts. I had to sit down and think about how would I do this? How would I integrate this early education curriculum with technology? What would this center look like? And through my business plan and going back to school and learning and training, I figured it out so that I could do it. And that goes to my next point. The more you learn, the more you read, the more you do, the more you know, and the more you become an expert on certain areas of study or tools. I had people who have been in the daycare industry 20, 30 years coming to see what we were doing. And this was something totally new to me, but I took something that I knew and integrated it with something and found something successful. All right, I'm just checking some of the comments. Yeah, you guys are right on the money. If you never fail, yep, you definitely learn from your own mistakes. And I think that's, kind of the sentiment of every business owner. You're going to learn from your mistakes, so don't be afraid. And the beautiful thing about being the owner of a business is if you don't know it, guess what? You can hire people that do. I mean, there are what you call SMEs out here that make good money at being subject matter experts in certain fields. So hire someone that knows more than you do. You let them worry about kind of execution, and you worry about managing the big picture of your business. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. You're a chef with no food, no food business background. That's right. Absolutely, AJ. It is researchable. And, you know, to put you on blast, you're out there killing the game. Sometimes all it takes is a dream, and God's going to do the rest for you, right? All right. The next question was, I'm afraid I won't have customers to purchase my products. This goes back into your business plan. And I don't know which live session it was, but I try to drill in you guys' heads that before you start a business, make sure that you're solving some type of problem. So what problem does your business or product solve? So let's start there. The next step is, now that you've identified the problem, identify the audience that's actually going to pay for your product, not people that like your product. Who are those people that are actually going to take money out of their pocket and put it into yours? So who are those people? Well, Miss Renee, now that you've asked, how do I do that, right? So how do you do that? All right, you do that through target marketing. So most people have heard about marketing. You know, you want to get your name everywhere and put your stuff in as many places as you can. But when you drill down and you start to really identify a specific target or your niche that you're in, then you're really going to get to the people who are going to buy your products. So I'm going to give you guys a couple examples. It's not happenstance that the TV shows you watch broadcast commercials of things that you probably use or purchase or would be interested in. The same thing on Facebook. I know you guys see all the ads on Facebook, right? I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. Let me see some ones if y'all are seeing ads on Facebook, right? So that's not by happenstance either. These people are paying Facebook to do marketing for them. But Facebook allows you to do targeted marketing down to TV shows that you watch, things that you read, things that you like on the internet. So it's not happenstance that your Facebook feed is now filled with ads of products that you particularly like. So that's how you get your product in front of people that will actually purchase it, is you actually target that audience. So you really create a profile of what this person looks like that's going to buy my product. And I keep telling you guys, it is not everyone. Everyone's not buying your product. As much as I would love to sell everybody in the world AJ's cupcakes, everybody's not buying her cupcakes. Some people have diabetes. They're not eating cupcakes. Some people don't eat sweets. They're not buying her cupcakes. But who are those people that buy her cupcakes, right? So you have to identify those people. And the same thing goes with your business. You need to identify, what do the people look like that will buy my product, okay? We've talked about targeting before. If this is an issue you guys have, DM me, email me, hit my the lifeovercoach.com page. If you need some help with that, you can always hire me to do it. I'll help you out. We'll make sure that you guys are selling your products. All right. Let's see. My friends, how? All right. So that's how you will sell your products. I have another question. All right, here we go. Somebody said that they want to start their business, but they haven't started because they're afraid to go into debt. So I believe there's good debt and there's bad debt. Starting a business is good debt. You can also, if you have a business, you can get your own EIN number for your business. You can also open accounts in your business name. Excuse me, guys, sorry. And those accounts that are under your business will not show up on your personal credit. Yes, you still may have to sign as a guarantor, but every month when your credit is reviewed, you won't see it on your personal credit as long as you are doing that. So you'll get a DUNS number for your business, and that's kind of like, that's equivalent to, I guess, your Social Security number for your personal affairs. So DUNS number would be on the business side along with your EIN number. So I guess I'm a risk taker, so I'm never kind of afraid to jump out there. And if I need to get money, I'll get money. Or I think we talked about before, fundraising for your business, putting money aside. If you know you need, $50,000, then sit down and think about areas where you can cut in your life and start putting the money aside. And then if you want to consider getting a loan, get a loan or ask your friends to pitch in. There are a ton of different ways that you can fundraise for your business, but don't let that be a reason that you at least don't start. So start doing all the things that you can afford to do now, because it does take money to start a business. Even as simple as legally registering your business costs money. That's not even free. Just because you go out here and you get a www.mybusiness.com and you have some business cards, you're really not a legal entity. So it costs money to do that. So do the things that you can. Identify some type of path for, okay, at this stop gate, I'm going to need, $500. I'm going to need $2,000 to get all this done. I'm going to need, a couple $1,000s to do this. And if there's a product or service that you can begin to sell to bring in some income until you get to where you want to be, then I would say do that first. You said convince people to buy what they didn't even know they needed. That's right. A lot of businesses start like that. Like, you don't know you need it. You see it and you're like, oh my God, I need that. Oh, look, I'll show you guys something. I saw this on Facebook. Like, you can hook it to your desk so that you can broadcast all of your devices. So I've got them like all over my office for all of my devices to be on. I didn't know I needed this till I saw it. It was like $8 or something. So, that's kind of the same premise. Sometimes people don't know that they need your stuff until you invent it. But you still know it's going to be people who, have iPhones or Droids or, they're broadcasting or taking pictures or something like that. I'm sure they targeted me. They saw me going live every Sunday. And they were like, I can tell by the way her stuff is set up, she don't have one of these. So guess what? We're going to pop it in her ads and she's going to buy it. And what I do? I bought it. They got me. All right. Let's see. Oh, I like your hair that way. Thank you. I had an event. I was a hostess today, so I had to go and look kind of pretty. I hope y'all think I look pretty. You like my little dress with the bow and stuff? All right. And yes, home caterers, you have to be licensed to get the big. That's right, you do. And so you guys type questions that you have. If there's something you want me to answer about overcoming your fears or you need some help getting through. But AJ is right. A lot of people are home caterers. They can't do certain gigs because they don't have the licensing and they're not working out of the proper kitchens in order to get the big gig. So, I believe AJ did the right thing. She works out of a commercial kitchen. And so she's able to win contracts that require you to be a licensed caterer working out of a commercial kitchen. I'm sorry. I can't talk today, guys. My bad. All right. Wow, it's 7:33. Time went by quick. I've been having fun today. I was really excited about today's topic because I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with. Kind of the getting started, the what do I do and where do I go, but it's definitely not something that you guys can't overcome. And y'all know me, I want everybody to be successful. Like, I want everybody to win. I want all of y'all catching all the coins you can catch, charting your own path in life, doing everything y'all want to do. I know that there's a delay, so I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to ask questions. But thank you guys for joining. It's Sunday. The weekend went by quick, huh? I still have homework to do. I'm always doing something, taking a class. That's something else too, I think. Being a forever learner is really good for your business. And I think your personal life, always learning something new, I think it keeps your brain fresh. You guys know my grandma passed away last year. She was 89. But when I tell y'all, she was still quick with it. I mean, her wit, her mind, and everything was still in the right place. But I think it's because she never stopped learning. She never stopped being active. She was still president of her civic association, still doing stuff in the community. I think that's so important to how we age and to how our minds grow and think and don't atrophy. Okay. Too quick. Would you say, Nicole, too quick? Roz, hey girl, sorry I'm late. No problem. We're almost done. Oops, sorry. Every time I touch my screen, it starts shaking. So y'all think I'm probably over here dancing or something. I'm not. I'm just sitting, waiting for y'all to ask questions before I log off. All right. No more questions. I don't see any. Yes, Alex, thank you for helping me. You said yes, the weekend. What's that mean, Nicole? Did you have a good weekend? I hope so. I hope everyone had a great weekend. All right. I don't see any questions. So I am going to give you guys your time back. And for those of you that came in late, why are you laughing, Alex? I love you guys. Y'all keep me laughing. For those of you that came in late, you can always go back and watch the replay. So I thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you guys next Sunday. I think next Sunday, I think I want to talk about some daily mantras and keeping your life positive. What you guys think? I had a couple other topics in mind, but for some reason that's really on my heart today. So I might do that. We'll see. All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, productive week. You can DM me or call me or email me if you have any questions or need anything. And for those of you who still need the scholarship tracker, you guys know where to find it, www.bit.ly/TLC-market. You can grab it there. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you all. Bye.